Hello friends, my name is Vikas. So friends, in today's video we will be discussing some of the important current affairs of the topic Defense of February month. The session will be highly important, so do pay attention till the end. So friends, we'll start with our session, but before that we have something important to tell you about. So friends, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store in your Android phones. This app will help you in boosting your preparation. Once you have downloaded this app, you can go and log in with your Gmail or Google ID in this application. And once you have logged in, then you will be transferred to this page here. On this page, you will be able to see home, all courses, my courses, and doubt sessions also. So in the courses, if we talk to you, in the courses, if you purchase course from us, we will be providing you with multiple material for your preparation. Material such as your daily current affairs, your weekly current affairs, your monthly current affairs. In daily, we will be providing you with 20 questions quiz, an ebook that is in your PDF formats of the questions of that particular day. Then we'll be providing you in weekly with the same 50 question quiz that will be a compiled and important 50 questions, and also we'll be providing you a compiled PDF of the weekly current affairs then in the question answer format also. It will be a very helpful PDF, and similarly for monthly also we'll be providing you important monthly current affairs on a monthly basis. So the same content you will be revising maximum number of times, and it will help you in your preparation. We'll also provide material related to your banking and awareness also, and apart from that we'll be covering all important topics such as your apps and web portal, important days, books and authors, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, awards, obituary, important days, and what not. Everything will be covered in this topic wise by me only. So apart from that, we also provide state wise current affairs that will also help you to prepare for the regional exams coming. All right, so friends, this is the app that you should definitely go and download if you want to step up your preparation. Apart from that, if you want to purchase any course from our application, then to help you out, we'll be providing you an additional 10% discount if you use Vikas 10 code. I repeat, if you want to avail an extra 10% discount on all the purchase you made through the application, you will be provided with 10% discount on the purchase by using this code, that is your Vikas 10. So friends, let's start with the video. In this, the first topic that we will be discussing is about Eastern Bridge 6. This is an exercise that was conducted between India and Oman. This was the 6th edition. That is the reason it was named Eastern Bridge 6. This was the 6th edition of the exercise. This was a 5-day long exercise that was conducted between India and Oman. And remember, this exercise was conducted between the Air Force of these two countries, that is Indian Air Force and the Royal Air Force of Oman, together conducted this exercise. If asked what is the location where this exercise was conducted, then you should remember it was conducted in Rajasthan, and in Rajasthan also it was conducted in Jodhpur. Alright, so Indian Air Force and Royal Air Force of Oman, they both together conducted this Eastern Bridge. That it was a 5-day long exercise, which is the 6th edition of this exercise was conducted recently. Then you should know, if we talk about Indian Air Force, what are the aircraft that took part from Indian Air Force side or from Indian side? It was your Sukhoi 30 MKI took part from Indian side, Jaguar and Mirage 2000. These are the fighter jets that took part from Indian side in the 6th edition of the Eastern Bridge. And if we are talking about Oman side, remember F-16 fighter jets took part from the Oman side. Then if we are talking about Oman, capital is Muscat, currency is Omani Riyal, and Sultan will be Haytham bin Tariq Al Said. Alright, so this was about your Eastern Bridge 6 exercise that was conducted between the Air Force of both India and Oman. Apart from this, remember there was another exercise by the name PESEX. This exercise was recently conducted between Indian Navy and your Russian Navy. Can you tell me where this was, location, what was the location of this exercise? That is, where was this exercise, PESEX exercise conducted? This was conducted in Arabian Sea. All right, location will be important for this exercise that was conducted between Indian Navy and Russian Navy. It was your PASEC exercise that was conducted in Arabian Sea. Similarly, there was an exercise that was conducted in Bay of Bengal. It was maritime partnership exercise. Maritime partner exercise, and this maritime exercise partner that was conducted in Bay of Bengal, it was conducted between India and, tell me, India and Japan. Very good. All right, highly important. India and Japan conducted maritime exercise in Bay of Bengal. India and Indian Navy and Russian Navy conducted passive exercise in Arabian Sea. Indian Air Force and Royal Air Force of Oman conducted a joint military exercise, that is Eastern Bridge, in Jodhpur. All right, and Jodhpur is in Rajasthan. Similarly, apart from this, remember, recently Amar Jawan Jyoti Eternal Flame was merged with the National War Memorial Flame. I repeat, Amar Jawan Jyoti, that is the Eternal Flame. This flame was merged with National War Memorial. It was merged with National War Memorial Flame. All right, then if we are talking about Russia here, there you should know which is the first country that is procuring Brahmos missile from India. It will be your Philippines, and Brahmos is a joint venture between Russia and India. Next we'll be talking about an Indian Navy's exercise that is by the name Milan 2022. Highly important exercise. All right, this exercise was conducted by whom? It was conducted by Indian Navy, and the location is also important that you should pay attention. The location will be Vishakhapatnam. So three things you have to remember here. Who conducted this exercise? It was conducted by Indian Navy. What is the name of the exercise? Name of the exercise is Milan 2022 because it was conducted in 2022, and the location where this exercise was conducted, it is your Vishakhapatnam. Now we know that Indian Navy is conducted in this exercise. All right, but to be specific, if asked, it was conducted by Eastern Naval Command. Eastern Naval Command hosted this exercise. All right, then as we saw, it was conducted in Vishakhapatnam. This is the city. But if asked what is the name of the state where this exercise was conducted, it will be Andhra Pradesh. Then remember, this city of Andhra Pradesh, that is Vishakhapatnam, is also known as the city of destiny. This Milan 2022, it was the 11th edition of this exercise that we saw on 25th of January to 25th of February 2022. Name of exercise Milan 2022, and this was conducted in which state? In Andhra Pradesh, that is also known as the city of destiny. And the location who hosted it, it was the Eastern Naval Command or Indian Navy that hosted this exercise. All right, then you have to remember who inaugurated this exercise. It was inaugurated by Ajay Bhatt. All right, and who is Ajay Bhatt? He is our Union Minister of State for Defense. This was a 9-day long exercise that was conducted in 2 phases. All right, and then you have to remember the theme. Theme is important. Just remember the 3 words: camaraderie, cohesion, and collaboration. This is the theme for the Milan 2022 that was conducted in Andhra Pradesh. That was a how many days exercise? Now 9 days exercise that was conducted in 2 phases. And who inaugurated it? It was inaugurated by Ajay Bhatt. It was conducted by or hosted by Eastern Naval Command of India. And then remember, it was the 11th edition of this exercise. All right. Apart from this, remember, Milan was introduced in the Indian Navy in 1995 at the Andaman and Nicobar Command. All right. Next. But before that, if I ask you, who has been appointed as the new chairman and managing director of Air India? Can you tell me the name of the person? Vikram Dev Dutt is the person who has been appointed as the chairman and managing director of India. Apart from this, if I ask you, who is the vice chief of army staff? Who has been appointed as the vice chief of army staff? Manoj Pandey. Highly important question. Manoj Pandey has been appointed as the new vice chief of army staff. Similarly, if I ask you, there was a YouTuber by the name Prajakta Kohli. Prajakta Kohli. She is on the YouTube by the name Mostly Sane. She has been appointed as India's first UNDP Youth Climate Champion. I repeat, who has been appointed as the India's first UNDP Youth Climate Champion? She will be Prajakta Kohli, who is on YouTube by the name Mostly Sane. Where is the headquarter of UNDP? That is your United Nations Development Program. Its headquarter will be in New York. Alright. Next we'll be talking about Hwasong 12. It is a ballistic missile that was recently successfully test fired by which country? It was test fired by North Korea. So name of the missile that was recently test fired by North Korea is Hwasong 12, which is a ballistic missile. Alright, then remember this was recently successfully test fired from a North Korea's Jagong province. It was test fired from Jagong province. Alright, then remember this was the 7th test fire since the year 2022 started. And what was the purpose? It was just to verify the accuracy of this missile. What is the name of the missile? It is Hwasong 12. Alright, and the country that tested fired it, North Korea. Then remember, if we are talking about the range of this missile Hwasong 12, it has a range of about 3,500 km to 6,000 km. This is the range of this missile. Next we'll be talking about Rafale M. M here stands for Marine. India flight tested Rafale Maritime for INS Vikrant. Recently, who tested this Rafale Maritime? It was tested by Indian Navy. Indian Navy successfully flight tested the marine version of the Rafale Maritime fighter jet that was at the shore-based test facility at Indian Navy ship, that is Hansa in Goa, where the conditions were made similar to that of the aircraft carrier INS Vikrant. This Rafale M is pitted against the US Super Hornet, both of which are being evaluated for possible purchase by Indian Navy for deployment on the INS Vikrant. So what it is saying here, that at Goa facility of INS Hansa, here the similar situations were made that will be on the INS Vikrant, and on this INS Hansa in Goa, this Rafale Maritime Rafale M fighter jet was tested, so that if the tests are successful, then these fighter jets will be deployed to the INS Vikrant. Before moving on to the next, tell me, Indian Armed Force has recently selected which organization for the supply of anti-armor weapon 84? Anti-armor weapon 84. Tell me, Indian Armed Force has selected which organization to supply anti-armor weapon 84? They have selected which organization? They have selected Saab. Remember, important. Alright, then moving on to next. Iran unveils surface-to-surface missile by the name Khabar Buster. Highly important. I repeat, Iran has unveiled a surface-to-surface. It is a surface-to-surface missile. What is the name of the missile? Khabar Buster. This is also known as Khabar Shekan. Alright, this is the name of the surface-to-surface missile that was recently launched by Iran. Highly important. What will be the range of this missile then? It is 1450 kilometers in range, or you can say 900 miles. Alright, next. Moving on. Next, here you can see Philippines is the country. Philippines became the first country that will be procuring Brahmos supersonic cruise missiles from India. They will be procuring from India Brahmos missiles, and these Brahmos missiles is a joint venture between India and Russia. Mark this. Alright. Next we'll be talking about Israel. But moving on first with this, remember Israel is the country that is helping India to develop 150 villages of excellence. Alright, Israel is helping India to develop 150 villages of excellence. Highly important. First of all, write this. Then we will be talking about a sea dome. What is sea dome? And this is a naval air defense system that you need to know. How question will be framed here is, sea dome is related to which country? It is related to Israel. Also, recently Israel has unveiled their naval air defense system. What is the name of the defense system? It is Sea Dome. And remember, Sea Dome is also known by the name Protective Dome. Sea Dome or Protective Dome. It means the same thing. And which is these Sea Dome or Protective Dome, it is related to Israel. Alright, it is their naval defense system of Israel. Alright, and remember, this naval defense system is based on Iron Dome, which was tested against rockets, cruise missiles, unmanned air vehicles, that is also known by the term UAV. So this Sea Dome or Protective Dome will help the Israeli people or Israeli country from against rockets, against missiles that will come and hit the country. So they will protect them and they will destroy them in air itself. This Sea Dome was tested for the first time from SAR 6 corvette, that is INS Megan. INS is not Indian naval ship. Let me correct here, because I is for India and I is for Israel. Don't get confused. INS is your Israel's naval warship. So this Sea Dome or Protective Dome was first time tested fire from INS Megan. Alright, that is your Israel's naval warship Megan, that tested the first time Sea Dome or Protective Dome. That is a naval defense system that will be protecting Israel from various rockets, from various missiles that will be coming towards the country. Alright, then if we talk about this Sea Dome or Protective Dome, this is a multi-layered defense system alongside Arrow and David's sling system, which is capable of intercepting everything from long-range missiles to short-range missiles. This Rafael developed the Iron Dome, a mobile all-weather air defense system. The Sea Dome has a speed of 2.2 Mach. What does Mach here stands for? 1 Mach is equal to speed of sound. That means 2.2 Mach stands for 2.2 times the speed of sound. Alright, and this command and control system was developed by whom? Empress Software Company. Empress Software Company is the name of the company that has developed the control system of this Sea Dome or Protective Dome. Highly important, these 2 to 3 things that you should pay attention. So Sea Dome or Protective Dome is the naval defense system or naval air defense system of which country? It is of Israel. It was first of all tested fired by which naval ship? It was tested fired by the INS Megan, that is Israel's naval warship. And who developed this? It was, or the software that is operating this was developed by Empress Software, and it has a speed of 2.2 Mach. Next we'll be talking about Vajir. Vajir is the 5th Scorpion class submarine that has recently commenced its sea trials. Alright, as it is a Scorpion class submarine, then it has been a part of Indian Navy. When was this Vajir launched? Remember, it was launched in the month of November 2022, and it was launched at Mazgaon Shipbuilders Limited, that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Apart from this, remember, this is the 5th number of submarine out of 6 French designed Scorpion class submarines. Alright, that is, this is the 5th number of this Scorpion class Scorpion class submarine out of the 6 submarines that are supposed to be built under the Project 75. This Project 75 sometimes be written as P75. Sometimes you must have seen the helicopter as P8I. Here it stands for Project 8I. Alright. Then remember, this Vajir is the Indian Navy's new submarine. This is the 5th of the 6 French designed submarines that are to be built under the Project 75. They have started their trial of this Vajir, and this Vajir was launched in the November month of 2022. It was launched by Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, that is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Alright, the submarine designated Yard 11879 during the construction by MDL, that is your Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, in collaboration with the naval group of France, and this will be named as Vajir after the commission into the services. Why this was named Vajir, that is important. The submarine was named after INS Vajir, that is a Russian Vela class submarine that served in the navy from 1973 to 2001. So in order to honor that Russian Vela class submarine, this new fifth edition of the Scorpion class submarine will be named as INS Vajir. Alright, highly important, pay attention. Then if we are talking about Indian Navy, who is the Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar is the Chief of Naval Staff, and the integrated headquarters, or it can be asked where is the headquarter of Indian Navy, it is located in New Delhi. So this was the content. But now let's discuss some of the important military exercises that India conducts with other countries. Alright, such as Sampriti. Sampriti is an exercise that is conducted between India and Bangladesh. Highly important. Then Mitra Shakti. Mitra Shakti is conducted between India and Sri Lanka. Apart from this, Maitri Shakti. Maitri Shakti is an exercise conducted between India and Thailand. Then there are two exercises that you need to remember between India and US. They are Vajra Prahar and Yudh Abhyas. These two exercises are conducted between India and USA. Then if we are talking about only Shakti, this was Mitra Shakti. Alright, now I am saying only Shakti exercise. Shakti exercise. This was conducted between India and France. And now if I ask Garuda Shakti. This exercise was conducted, Garuda Shakti, between India and Indonesia. Garuda Shakti. Nomadic elephant. This exercise was conducted between India and Mongolia. Garuda Shakti. Alright. Then it is your Dharma Guardian. It is conducted between India and Japan. Surya Kiran. Conducted between India and Nepal. Simbex. It is conducted between India and Singapore. Alright, then we are talking about CORPAT. Coordinated Patrol. This stands for CORPAT, stands for Coordinated Patrol. This is conducted between India and Thailand. Alright. Then apart from this, if I ask you Malabar exercise, name the countries who took part in the Malabar exercise. We know Quad countries. Which are the part of the Quad countries that take part in this Malabar exercise? It is your India, Japan, US, and fourth one was your Australia. These are four countries that are part of the Quad membership and that participate in the Malabar exercise. What is Malabar exercise? It is to basically Malabar exercise is conducted in the Pacific region in order to tackle the presence of China in that region. Alright, so this is Malabar. So once again, let me revise all of the current affairs in one go that we discussed today. It will be a quick revision and a helpful revision for all of you. Alright, see, we are talking about Brahmos. India and Russia's partnership started Brahmos, and first country that is procuring Brahmos will be Philippines. Then apart from this, remember Israel has successfully tested a naval air defense system by the name Sea Dome. This Sea Dome is also known as protective dome, and it will be protecting Israel against rockets, cruise missiles and unmanned air vehicles. Then remember, this Sea Dome was first of all test fired from a Israel's naval warship, that is INS Megan. Apart from this, remember it has a speed of 2.2 Mach, and this Sea Dome was built by a Empress software, so that all the operating and the UI that is based for this particular system is been developed by Empress software. Then coming back to Indian Navy's 5th Scorpion class submarine, that is Vajir, its sea trials has been successfully started. This is the 5th of the 6 French designed Scorpion class submarines of the Kalveri class that is under the Project 75. Alright, its first sea trials has begun. It was first of all launched in November 2022. Who is building it? Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited is building it. And why it is named INS Vagir? Because there was a submarine, Russian Vela class submarine that was serving in Indian Navy since 1973 till 2001. So in order to honor that submarine, this submarine will be named as INS Vajir. Alright, so now coming back to some important military that we discussed. Sampriti, it was between India and Bangladesh. Mitra Shakti between India and Sri Lanka. Nomadic Elephant between India and Mongolia. Mitra Shakti between India, Thailand. Vajra Prahar and Yudh Abhyas is conducted between India and US. Only Shakti exercise between India and France. Garuda Shakti between India and Indonesia. Dharma Guardian between India and Japan. Surya Kiran between India and Nepal. Simbex between India and Singapore. Corpet, that is your coordinated patrol between India and Thailand. And then is your Malabar exercise that is conducted by the Quad countries. And who all are in the Quad countries? India, Japan, USA and Australia are in Quad countries. Now, if I ask you, which is the Indian Navy's oldest hydrographic survey vessel that has been decommissioned recently? I repeat, what is the name of the Indian Navy's oldest hydrographic survey vessel that was decommissioned recently? What is the name of this INS, Indian naval ship? What is the name of it? It is INS Sandhyak. Alright, INS Sandhyak was the Indian Navy's oldest hydrographic survey vessel that was recently decommissioned. Highly important question. Alright, next tell me, what is the name of the armed force that is said to create integrated battle groups? I repeat, name the Indian armed force that is said to create this integrated battle groups, that is the IBGs. So which armed force will be creating these IBGs, that is your integrated battle groups? It will be your, tell me, I am waiting. Which Indian armed force is said to create integrated battle groups? It will be your Indian Army. Very good. I see some of you are giving the correct answers. Next question. MH-60 Romeo helicopter. MH-60 Romeo helicopter are procured by Indian Navy from which country? MH-60 Romeo helicopter, they have been procured by India. They have been procured by Indian Navy from which country? Tell me. They have been procured from United States of America. Indian integrated battle groups will be developed by Indian Army, and Romeo helicopters, MH-60 Romeo helicopters were procured by Indian Navy. From which country they procured them? It was procured from United States of America. Next, CSS. CSS stands for Canopy Severance System. This Canopy Severance System was recently developed for indigenous aircrafts. They were developed for indigenous aircrafts in India. So this Canopy Severance System is developed by which organization? Give me the answer. You just have 10 seconds to answer it. Which organization developed the Canopy Severance System, that is CSS system for indigenous aircrafts in India? It was developed by DRDO. Alright, important question. Next you have to tell me, is it a surface to surface missile, surface to air missile, air to air missile? Alright, or none of the above? You have to give me the answer to that. Name the missile that is Akash NG. Akash NG. Alright, this NG is your new generation. So Akash new generation Akash missiles, is it surface to surface, is it surface to air, or is it air to air missile? Tell me. It is your surface to air missile. New generation Akash missiles are your surface to air missiles. Highly important. Alright. Then we saw Indra exercise. that Indra exercise is conducted between India and Russia. They're both army conducts this exercise. So recently, Indra 21, that is Indra 2021, in the year 2021, this Indra exercise that was conducted between Indian Army and Russian Navy or Russian Army. What is the location of this exercise? Where was this conducted? See, I told you, that is the reason I ask you to pay attention to the locations. Indian Army and Russian Army conducted this Indra exercise. What is the location? Tell me. The location will be Volgograd. Volgograd is the location where this exercise Indra 21 was conducted by the Indian Army and Russian Army. Alright, next question. Recently, Indian Air Force has built one of the world's highest mobile air traffic control towers. World's highest mobile air traffic control towers. Where was this built by Indian Air Force? You have to give me the location. It was built in Ladakh. Alright, in Ladakh region, Indian Air Force has built the world's highest mobile air traffic control tower. Coming back, Indra 2021 was conducted between Indian Army and Russian Army. See, one more question can be framed that this Indra exercise, as we know, Russia is at war with Ukraine, so all the questions related to Russia are important. Alright, so this Indra exercise is conducted between what force of the two countries? Is it Air Force? Is it Navy? Or is it Army? So you should know it is conducted between the armies of these two countries. So friends, that was our session. I hope you liked our video. If you liked our video, all you have to do is click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and all you have to do is comment below, because your comments are highly valuable to us. And if you want us to continue with these sessions and you want us to bring more such sessions in future, all you have to do is comment below and tell us, because we value your comments a lot. We value your suggestions. Also, if you have any trouble regarding login or payment or any other issues, then you can reach to us on our mail, that is support@affairscloud.com, or you can call us on the number 9677333862, and we'll resolve your issue as soon as possible. Also, you should go and check our courses that are available at a very reasonable price, and that will help you to boost your preparation.